Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty big news in regards to the PlayStation 5. We actually have some really big leaks coming out here for one of the most beloved games that I myself am personally going and looking forward to, with some also intriguing news in regards to the next big PlayStation event. We have a little bit more kind of cool news in regards to Gran Turismo 7 and the kind of overall battle between the Elden Ring. We also have some other little various things with some really big gaming AAA delays, which is not fun to go cover, and a lot of little various things all throughout today. So you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, and as well, make sure you guys check out the videos we've had earlier. And today we actually have a confirmed drop as well going on for tomorrow, in case you want to go check that on out. We have a lot of stuff to go cover, a lot of cool things, a lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of ugly, and let's go and dive on in. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Follow the Twitter, follow the Twitch, and use the Twitter down below for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway entries. We got that Weeble, got that Coinbase all down below, and let's go and dive in the video itself. So the first and foremost, I want to talk about this really big gaming leak first in general, because this is huge to me. So I'm not sure, maybe you guys want to leave your thoughts and comments down below for Sly Cooper, or if any of you guys even remember that game. That was probably actually one of my most beloved games back in the day. So the fact that we're actually seeing more and more leaks, and if you guys have kind of missed it, we actually have been hearing rumors that some games, especially on the AAA side, that also may not be announced, or maybe coming in the near future, are actually like at the point where they're like 70 to 80% done. Now, it's kind of crazy because these are some games that may have not even been announced yet that are almost on the finalized state, which I think is always nice to go and see, because obviously when we see a game, the biggest issue is us waiting to go play the game. So this is actually kind of intriguing. This also may go and put into Sly Cooper, which may have been that leak of like almost done game. So with this, a new news report involving PlayStation's beloved Sly Cooper franchise has detailed when a new installment of the series may be unveiled. Over the course of the past year, a number of different rumors, we kind of brought this up a little bit on the channel itself, have started to emerge stating that PlayStation is working on a fifth game in the Sly Cooper series, which is, for me when I was a kid, this is definitely one of my favorite game series out there. So, this is very fun to hear. And while we have not to see an actual confirmation, funny enough, from Sony, so say a Sony event, or from official statements, or from tweets or teasers or trailers or whatever it is, we have actually now are kind of maybe seeing some leaks that we might be now seeing this for literally even this year. So according to the Twitter account, the ACC NGT, which actually kind of floated around before on the channel itself, is now potentially going to be revealing a new Sly Cooper game for the PS5 in the second half of 2020. And we've talked about this before because as of right now that Gran Turismo 7 is officially out, the only other big game is Forspoken, which we'll actually touch on later on, and God of War. And right now, God of War still does not have an official release date, although it is rumored to be released throughout this year. So ideally, there needs to be something to fill up either the summer months or some other various games. When you have a game like company like Sony, think about this. Like the past 3 weeks, we had both Horizon as well as also Gran Turismo. So games are coming out all the time. So they need to have some more releases. They've had a bit of time. They've gone through the holiday season, etc. So we have a lot of news that's kind of overdue, which is why we're also expecting up a new PlayStation event probably throughout this month. There's a lot of rumors throughout this month we'll be expecting one. But for this would make a lot of sense to see some of these games like a Sly Cooper, because right now the big thing selling and keep on selling the PlayStation 5s are all the IPs, the brand new games, the game experiences, etc. So once again, like we said, there's going to be a big potential maybe reveal for a new Sly Cooper game in terms of leaks and rumors for the second half of 2022. This reveal is also said to be lining up with the 20th anniversary of the series, which will also make a lot of sense too, because we had that with Halo and other various games too as well. Like usually the 10, 15, 20-year anniversaries are just a good time to get fans re-hyped up for it, do events for it, easy marketing, and all that stuff too as well. So for this one, it actually might be the first installment of the brand new franchise of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoons, basically for that one, for the new generation. This is actually more so for the original 2002, way back in the day, so this game's been floating around for a while. A lot of OG folks are going to have a chance to get it. So this is actually the tweet source itself stating, according to a source for Sly Cooper, they're aiming for a reveal in the second half of 2022, which makes sense because it's the 20th anniversary of as well. And it would also make a lot of sense too on top of this, because the last game was in PlayStation 3. They're trying their best to go and revitalize up old IP. Even think Ratchet and Clank that just came out not that long ago. And as well, we're not sure if it's going to be a brand new story or kind of more of a continuation. I'd probably say it'd be probably a brand new refresher and kind of maybe get them into a brand new series, especially seeing how good or bad it might go. But it also kind of goes and ties in weird because the older games did have major cliffhangers, so it can kind of go either way. It can maybe have like a nice refresher and then get into a brand new story and continue story. It might be a brand new one. It can kind of go either way. I think after all this time, though, they might just want to start fresh and kind of maybe continue that on from back in the day. Or maybe at least do some remasters beforehand and then go from there. But a lot of potential issues with that. But as we kind of mentioned in the regards of the Sony event, this is kind of what's kind of sad, because as of today, Forspoken did do an official announcement, because I was actually looking forward to this game, is actually now being moved to October 11th, 2022. And this game was actually supposed to come out just a few weeks from now, although a lot of the early reception for it did seem a little bit on the janky side, where some of the animations and dialogue and all that stuff was a little bit more on the weird and kind of cringier side overall, which is not the best to see, but I'm always in the same boat ever since Cyberpunk. Delay the game if we need to, so the game can go and work. So it is a little bit on the sadder news too, but they did do their official press announcement. You guys can see up on the screen itself, and they're going to be focusing themselves on polishing up the game, and I think you guys would probably still agree, I think most gamers do, they prefer to go and have the game working, and not having glitches, not having bugs, because you're not wasting your money on it, which I think at the end of the day is usually pretty nice. So just keep that in mind. We do have some sad news. Cool news for Sly Cooper, bad news for From Spoken, but at least on the bright side, I'd rather have a working game. A little bit of a quick side note, though, too, as well. The brand new GTA 5 next-gen versions are actually a little bit of a kind of better deal. Now, granted, this game's been out and re-released how many times now since the PS3, but at least the full version's only $40, and the online version's only $20, and thankfully, if you guys do have PlayStation Plus, you do also get to have the free multiplayer download, so in theory, it's just only if I want to recap up the actual multiplayer. I'll probably remind you guys when the game fully comes out, which is, I believe, March 15th, for the PlayStation 5 free online play, if you guys have PlayStation Plus. And kind of a little last bit of gaming news to go cover, because I'm more so hyped up for the Sly Cooper news for sure, but Gran Turismo 7 overtakes Elden Ring to take pole positions too as well. But basically, Bandai Namco and From Software's RPG just perform strongly. So funny enough, we actually did go have Gran Turismo that has actually got a #1 play, which is actually very surprising too as well. And crazy. At least we'll kind of go through it, but I'm not sure if I think it's all looking good as well. So as the PS5 and PS4 racing games sold 20% fewer box units than 2017's at launch, although once again, this data does not include digital download figures, and most people usually like more digital downloads, staying at home, faster downloads, etc., etc. We'll have more information on that later on throughout the week. But as of right now, we had 76% of the sales over here too for the PS5 version. Very intriguing on that one. It was actually the 4th biggest box launch of the year, behind Pokemon Arceus, Horizon Forbidden West, and Elden Ring, and is PlayStation's second #1 so far of 2022, along with Horizon. So overall, it actually has been doing pretty good. As a result of GT7's race to the top, Elden Ring did actually go and drop down to #2, with a 69% sales fall week on week, which is still quite a strong performance for a game of this type in its second week, where sales falls around 80% of the norm. Which would also make sense, too, as well. I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm kind of okay with games. Like, you go and have a game, you have the very hype launch week, it kind of goes good to go, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying that's the good stuff. So it always just would make sense that the game sales kind of fall off as time goes on, mainly because obviously everyone who's hyped up for the game or the initial sales, it's just like, it's like for, I don't know, like Spider-Man. You know, you go see the movie, you care more about the opening week because you're hyped up for it, you want to see it, and people will still be seeing it as time goes on, but it's always the first week is the biggest, most important thing. But it's kind of cool to see another PlayStation game, aka Gran Turismo, racing its way to the top. As I even mentioned, although it's kind of cheesy, it's kind of true. But overall, the sales so far for Elden Ring have been going insane, mainly because don't forget all these games are up on the PC side too as well, and I think a lot of people are actually saying is actually the best-selling game of the year so far, which is very intriguing to go and see, especially competing with Horizon, although I'm sure Horizon will keep on getting, over time, more and more sales as the PlayStation 5 keeps on ramping on up. And don't forget, Elden Ring's also available up on PC too as well, which does add a lot more of a bigger side market. Funny enough, though, Pokemon Legends actually saw a sales rise of 16%, which is kind of surprising for me, mainly because the game has been out for quite some time, and they also did go and finally announce the brand new Pokemon, so you'd assume maybe more folks would be more willing to want to save money and wait for that one for later on throughout this year. If you guys want to go and see all the titles over here just for the top 5 so far, don't forget it's only for the UK, but it's kind of a good reference for the rest of the world. Gran Turismo 7, Elden Ring, so basically this is the brand new one, which I think is kind of deserved. We'll probably be streaming up Gran Turismo the next few days. Elden Ring itself, phenomenal game, great game. I'm like 25, 20 8 hours in. Pokemon, not bad. Horizon, still good, but it's kind of get a little bit more on the dated side in terms of like brand new releases. FIFA, Mario Kart's always up there. We'll probably even see Mario Kart go bounce back up with the DLC coming in the near future, and a few other various games too, such as Triangle Strategy and the usual, Dying Light and Animal Crossing, as they're slowly being phased on out. So some kind of cool gaming news, some kind of mediocre gaming news. Kind of give your thoughts and comments down below. We'll maybe have another restock update for you guys later on throughout today. So I want to say I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Follow up the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway down below, the Weeble Coinbase, and all that good stuff. We'll see you guys up in the next video too as well. Love you guys.